All right, so there's going to be no intro today because I do not know what I am talking about. I only got to see my husband put his fingerprints all over my glasses. I can't fucking see anything, so that helps. Anyways, for those of you who celebrate the 4th, happy 4th of July. For those of you who just enjoy a good family moment and not worried about the holiday, I hope y'all had a good time with your family. Okay. All right. Not gonna be here. It's a song. I'm not gonna. I hate that song. That's Keith Sweat. I can't stand Keith Sweat. Don't make me sing that fucking song. I can't fucking see y'all. It was just fingerprints all over my goddamn glasses. Okay. So the top commenters go to. Let me go up. Kayla was number 1. Aaliyah was number 2. And Rico was the 3rd. All right. So thank y'all for being the top commenters of the day. I have no idea how NXT went because I did not watch it. When I came upstairs after spending, we went to go see Indiana Jones today, which was a really good show, movie. It was a little sad. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little sad, and very definitive, if that makes sense. But yeah, I would wait until it hits Disney Plus rather than paying for it to go see it. I think that it would hit different sitting in your home, chilling at home, rather than paying $9 to $18 for a movie ticket. I think it's best to just wait till it come out on streaming and watch it at home. But that's just me personally. Y'all do with that what you will. But it was a good movie. I also saw Into the Spider-Verse a few weeks back, which I really enjoyed that movie. I think tomorrow we're going to talk about the movies that I've seen. Um, yeah, so there you have it. I hate that song though. I'm surprised. Yeah. No, for real though. I'm not gonna be here for long. I might KO in the next 2 minutes. Not gonna lie. Be for real, that might happen with me too. But I'm gonna need y'all help for those of you who watch the show. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second, because there is something that's on in NXT I do want to hear. So give me 1 second. I will be right back.
Still don't know my words, still stressing perfection. Let you all in my mental, got me looking too desperate. Damn, you ain't desired. If I say I hate you, I mean it. If I say I love you, I mean it. If I say I hate you, I mean it. If I say I love you, I mean it.
If I ever heard one, and I'm still here outside, front line, south side. I've been losing friends and finding peace. Honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me. Rolling 80 wheels in a safety. Riding on you. Gotta roll over T, gotta give a release. Spread your legs downtown, so I'm going out to eat. Hit the raw sounds when I rock, I be sweet. I'ma roll on the forever, let her roll on me. Split this one down the middle, wake up in on my knee.
Eclipse. Don't close your eyes to get away. Just bang my line and I'll arrange it. Beautiful girl, you're stainless. You'll be fine, I'll be painless. Yeah. All I'm drinking is champagne. All you want is the same thing.
Yeah. The 10,000 building, get your ass an apartment, put you inside a G-class, that's just a starter kit. Plenty things count in life, but none of them is the thought of it. New piece around my neck, this chess games, but shorty stay with calculated moves like Beth Harmon. Swear I'm more purple rain prince than Prince Charming. Disappointment I stay expecting it. The pessimist, gold medalists, flush the magnets just so they not collecting my specimens down.
Okay. I like Lyra Valkyria. Anywho, Susan. Okay, well, check out then, babes. No problem. All right. So, I don't know who won these matches. I generally don't know. I did get to see a couple. So, I saw Eddie Thorpe and Damon Kemp's fight match. Their NXT Underground. It was cute. They ended up giving Eddie Thorpe the win. So Eddie Thorpe has 3 wins over Damon Kemp. So even in his element, he couldn't beat him. His own brother helped train him. Something's going on with Damon Kemp's shoulder. It might have excuse me. Thank you. It might have gotten separated or dislocated, whatever the case may be. But Damon Kemp looks like he's gonna be gone for a little while, which great. Gable Stevenson got to showcase what he was capable of. It was cute. Thank you very much. Sure. Sure, Kayla. Thank you. So that match, I really can't elaborate on it because I wasn't interested in it. So I just didn't care. I got to see the end of this match. Tyler Bate ended up losing to Mustafa. They were on the top turnbuckle in like the left hand corner, I believe it was. And as they both were trying to perform a move, he pushed Tyler. Tyler slipped. Tyler, hit his groin on the top rope. And that's how he was able to do his 450 splash and beat Tyler Bate. He issued a challenge to Wes Lee at Great American Bash for the North American Championship, which I'm sure Wes Lee will grant. So we'll have to wait and see. Blair and Roxanne had a match today. Roxanne attacked Blair Davenport before the match started. They had a good back and forth. but Blair was able to knee Roxanne's head against the steel steps, and that's how she was able to get the win over Roxanne Perez. I don't think this feud between them is gonna be over anytime soon, but shit happens. That was my foot. That was fine. Now everything else I am unaware of. I haven't gotten that far in the show. He said, "Where's the hand pump?"
Use the hand pump.
All right. So I'm currently watching this match, but I don't know how this match ended. Kayla, who won in this match between JC and Lyra? Well, while we wait, I'll tell y'all what happened in the in betweens. So, Mackenzie was talking to Joe Gacy about this match. And she basically asked why they would put the dyad in a match against the Creed brothers, knowing that they had the potential to lose. And Joe Gacy was just like, the right team is going to pick up the win. I know what I'm doing. The right team is going to stay in NXT, and the other team is going to be gone. He's very cryptic about what he said. So, when it came to Lyra and JC James match, Lyra beats her, but JC's a sore loser and attacks her. The same thing she did to Gigi the first time they won. She won the match against her. Okay, cool. Um, what happened? It happens, Jared. All right, Kayla. So what about this match? The dyad lost, I presume. Noam Dar? Now he got a whole press. What is going on with Noam Dar? That press is killing me, y'all. He sit up here. He don't look bad though. You just got them brows. What is he talking about? Is he talking about that damn trophy still?
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, I know you fucking lying. Jakara outfit cute. This motherfucker still crying like he had a whole funeral.
Right.
Well, minute. Wait a minute. Are you kidding me? Hold on. Ooh, Gigi went in there and tore everything up. You already poured paint on the girl. What else can you do? Shit. Damn. Von Wagner beat the shit out of Big Body Hobby.
Well, that's everybody.
Well, yeah. The Creed brothers are gone.
Because the Creed brothers finna go up to the main roster.
Wowzers! I did not expect that at all.
I did.
I legitimately didn't. That's crazy though. Why was he always walking like his back hurts?
Because his back do hurt.
Wowzers! She said the dyad won thanks to a mysterious person in a red hoodie and a schism mask.
Oh, they got a new member.
That's wow. I'm really shocked by that. I did not expect that at all. That's crazy. DW, well, he didn't have a press. He had his hair combed out and his curls was laid out, but he had his hair in like a side swipe. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he going through that table. Damn. That's crazy. I'm sad that the Recrees lost because it's the dyad, but I realize they're going to the main roster. Yeah, they going to the main roster. That's the only thing I could think of when it comes to the Creed brothers losing to the dyad and losing that way. That's crazy. So from what I saw, NXT was okay. I saw that Andre Chase took back over Chase U. He thanked Duke Hudson for helping him and
holding it down.
Holding down Chase U for the time being. But eventually they're gonna take care of Charlie Dempsey and Drew Gulak for having their guest appearances at the school. They'll have no more guest lectures from Dempsey and Gulak. So they say. It looks like Kiana James and Gigi Dolan are still on a path to fight each other, which I'm okay with that. They're still on the path to battle each other. And so Gigi, after having paint poured all over her, she went to Kiana James's office, called her a fraud, and destroyed it, painted everywhere, and left her a note said, "You can't outrun your past." does she keep looking at him?
Mm-hmm.
See the zipper? I need to fix it. See how it's turned? Let me see if you can turn it so it's turned right there.
Does that mean Ivy's gonna stay in NXT and then they're
Yeah.
gonna go up?
Yeah. Mackenzie said it that whoever loses, um, just like everybody in Schism won't go up and just be the dyad. Well, the dyad will be the ones to leave with the Schisms.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. With Schism staying, so Ivy will still be down in NXT.
She said, "In this house, we respect Spider Baby and Spider Punk." Oh shit! Wowzers. Anyways, so the girls are gonna go at it. Kiana's very upset that her office got destroyed, but I say turn for this player play because I'd have left a bucket of paint over her office door and had that shit pour right on her bitch ass if that had been me. But it ain't me, you know. I want to know what her past is too, Aaliyah, because it's always a bitch that done already did what she gonna do, that done already been through hell, that has been living on the streets and finally picked themselves up and cleaned themselves up to be a petty ass ignorant bitch. It always be them kind of hoes that don't remember that they used to be on the street selling ass, and then all of a sudden they found them a good benefactor. It be them kind of hoes that always want to throw it up in your face how bad you are. Or, oh my God, you're so uncultured. You have no class. You be like, bitch, you was 2 steps away from being a hooker, bitch. How you gonna call me uncultured with no class? 2 steps away from being a hooker. The actual nerve of you, honey. Mm-mm. Tears has said NXT was pretty good for my first time watching it from start to finish on a very long time. In a very long time, it was pretty good. Honestly, Tears, that's how it has been consistently since Stand and Deliver. And this is no lie. Like it has been consistent from start to finish since Stand and Deliver. You've had very decent feuds, good builds between people. Match quality is great. The match quality has improved tremendously. And you know what? I saw Kaylani Jordan's match today with Tatum Paxley. I like her. I think she has something really good. That counter stunner she did on Tatum was fucking awesome. I don't know what they're doing down there at the PC with them NXT people or the next in line people when they come in, but them people are always primed and ready to go. We It's rare that they have like mistakes in their first match. She was very, very clean. For her to be green like that, she was clean. She spoke well on the microphone when Cora came out there. It was fuck ass Cora who was weak on the microphone. Cause sis was standing there next to Dana, was like, okay, Cora, we know you're a badass, but since you keep wanting to talk and run your mouth, I got one more match in me, sis. So if you're ready to go, get your bony ass in this ring and let's do it. Cora said, don't tell me what to do. And then she walked away. I was like, girl. I said, girl, that's the biggest thing you got. And your mother is supposed to be AJ Lee, and this is all you got. That's it. You might want to go take another swig of that Bud Light, bitch, because at this point, it's giving your one trick pony. It's giving petty. It's giving late, tired, unreadable, bitch. It's giving go to hell. Go to hell and go to bed, bitch, because we're tired. We're tired. Okay? Because you know what's messed up? And this is not even me trying to attack Cora at all. Because I know that it's levels to this shit. But let's keep it real and keep it funky. Think about Cora's first match. And then think about Kaylani's. And tell me who had the better match. I'll give you a hint. It ain't fuck ass Cora. It just ain't. Sorry. Oh shit, I may have to duck out this movie that started pretty good. This girl that got pregnant by the altar boy, and they Nigerian. Woo shit. And the father is the head of the church. Oh my lord. That is messy, Kenny. That is so messy. Kaylani is the future. But I do need Tampax to get out the trenches because sis, stand up. Well, I will say that Tatum has been doing her one too. She's been the Lash legend of this era of NXT for right now. Lash did it last year with the level grinding with everybody going up on her. And so Tatum is doing it for everybody else coming in from the next in line program, which I'm not mad at. I mean, hopefully Tatum will be able to get some push later on. You know, probably Kaylani, just a guess. It definitely was. It definitely was. Now before that, um, what else happened that I did see? I ain't seen nothing else. I know Mustafa beat Tyler Bate. Kaylani beat Tatum. She had Dana Brooke with her. So Kaylani beat Tatum. Um Von Wagner took Big Body Harvey to the night water. He just took him to the night water, child. He was asleep. Big Body Harvey went through that table and Von Wagner was standing tall. You know, I ain't gonna pick at him being a Neanderthal no more. That baby had surgery and had to have his skull fixed and stuff. I ain't gonna pick at that man like that. I'm sorry, Lord. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt that baby's feelings like that. That broke my heart. You know that.
Wait, that was for real?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to hurt that baby like that. That's messed up. You know, he been through hell. He done been teased all his life. I ain't gonna mess with that baby no more. Anyway, what else happened on NXT? Ava Rain starting to I need for her to tighten up too. I don't expect a lot from her because she don't give a lot, but the character she have now is okay. She do exactly what Rhea do in Judgment Day and in Schism, but she just less active than Rhea is, if that makes sense. Um But I'm gonna need for her to stand up too. I don't expect a lot. I don't expect for her to give what her father gives because I don't think that's a fair assessment of generational talent. But I do expect her to hold her own at some point and perform effectively. And I'm not seeing that when it comes to her at this moment. So she give little, and that's pretty much all you get. She's giving very much I'm on Joe Gacy's dick, which make it work. Whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you happy. Now I didn't get to see what happened with Braun or why he was so mad last week. Kayla gonna have to give me the notes in the group chat in the comments. So Kayla, I know you listening, baby. Just give me the notes on why your man Braun Breaker was so upset last week and what he talked about today. Because Tirza said that man was burnt. She said he was damn near doing blackface today. I said, oh, Lord, have mercy. You have to pull a Nathaniel, Lord, have mercy. Oh, my Snickers bar is in the freezer, baby. Please don't eat my bar. Okay.
I'm not. I ate mine first.
What you going why you eat mine out my purse? Oh, that was mine that mommy put in the freezer. And you had two. Mommy bought you two. Okay. Anyway, what you gonna take for lunch tomorrow? You gonna take hot dogs or something?
Yeah, probably take a burger.
You gonna take a burger?
Probably.
Macaroni salad?
It's not macaroni salad, probably burgers and chips.
Okay. Any whoosies.
Get the nice and breezy around you.
Period. I thought they was gonna start. Oh, I gotta write the bills out. Fuck. I thought I could go to sleep, but I can't. And I gotta watch Logan tomorrow.
Yeah.
I have to watch him. He said at 2. He gonna bring him over at 2. I thought they was gonna start pushing her with Bulldog Heifer. I don't know. Bulldog Heifer. I know, babe. I'm sorry. I like her too. I wouldn't call her the future just yet, but she has potential. I think if she, I want to see what she can do on the other side of things when it comes to her character work. Her being with Dana makes her a little bit minimalistic. You know what I mean? Like it kind of pigeonholes her into this gymnast thing, which I don't like. I feel like that is a part of her, it's a part of her arsenal, but it shouldn't be the end all be all of her. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, they chop blocked them. Damn, they beating the shit out of Julius Creed. Ugh. I hope they don't get rebranded. I hope they stay the Creed brothers. Oh, they messing his ass up. Damn. Is that Ivy? And she really thought she ate wearing that Gucci belt. Tirza. I don't understand, but her style is just, she's on the lower end of the spectrum. Like even Natalia got more shit than got it going on better than she do, in my opinion. I don't really care for Cora in any capacity. She's just not my cup of tea. I tried when she was a face character, and I wasn't feeling her. I'm not feeling her now. She just gives mean high school mean girl bitch, and I'm just not here for it. Um, that shit is very triggering for me. I can't stand that shit. I don't like it. Like Tiffany gives that too, and that irritates me. But at least the bitch can wrestle. Like God, at least I don't have to listen to her talk to watch her wrestle. If that makes sense. Nah, baby, she not my cup of tea. Brian always mad. I just want to know, Kayla, you wasn't listening, so hopefully you listening now. I asked why was Brian Breaker so upset and screaming, "You can't control me" and all this bullshit? What did he announce today on on NXT? Because I didn't get to see or hear any of that. The show almost over, and basically, I'm gonna rewatch this tomorrow and go over it piece by piece again because I feel like why we gonna miss something. Brutus is out. Okay. You think? Oh, he hopped up on one leg. Julius, what are you doing? Oh, you fell on your knee. Goodness me. Oh, it's a dude in there with a red mask on. Like a fat ass Joe Gacy. Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, but the shit out of him.
This fat ass couldn't get up the steps. He fell. Jerry fell. Ah! No! Oh my God! Brutus is gone. Julius is gone. Jared, they gone. Wowzers. I mean, Joe Gacy did tell them they had a plan. Damn, Bo Brutus. Oh my goodness. Wow. Rico was all right. She not a cup of tea. She pickle juice. Oh wow. I got that mask over here. I was gonna wear it for Halloween. That's a damn mess. Oh, see that naked ass lady laying up there? You ain't see it. That bitch ass was out. Well, what was left of it? Oh, tired ass fin. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold tight.
Still don't know my worth, still stressing perfection. Let you all in my mental, got me looking too desperate. Damn, you ain't desire. Time. If I say I hate you, I mean it. If I say I love you, I mean it. If I say I hate you, I mean it. If I say I love you, I mean it.
If I ever heard one, and I'm still here outside, front line, south side. I've been losing friends and finding peace. Honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me.
Rolling 80 wheels in a stage. Riding on you. Gotta roll over to you, gotta give her release. Spread your legs downtown, so I'm going up the heat.
Like, okay. I think he might go to the main roster or he's gonna face Dragunov. Oh, he real dark. Oh, Brian, real dark. What the fuck? Oh, he borderline Mandy Golden Brown.
Borderline.
Oh. Why don't nobody say nothing about this? Why do they keep letting them do this? Like, they don't say nothing to them. They just let them walk around here knowing they got some nice shoes on though, baby. They do. What is those?
Collins. But there was.
When they come out? They already out.
Yeah.
You also got beat, so.
On the most watched NXT show in over 2 years because I called out Seth Rollins.
They watched it because Seth was there, not because you was there. You're not the reason. Roxanne got her ass whooped also, child. He need to stop cooking like a fucking rotisserie chicken. I don't know what's going on, but he real golden brown. I don't even think he mentioned that. I'm trying to understand why we had to close the show with this bullshit. What's going on here? Right, about what? If Ivy now is the lady you called the bulldog, I knew who he was calling the bulldog. That was Blair Davenport. he be calling Blair the bulldog, baby. He ain't calling Ivy no bulldog. You didn't. It dead ass kicked me out. They was like, excuse you. Anyways, can somebody tell me what the fuck this nigga was talking about? Because I'm so confused. Like they left. Like, was this a way so that Dragonoff could come back? Is that what happened? Because they could have had the show close with the dyad beating the Creed brothers. Why did they close with this show? I'm so confused. Can anyone tell me that? Who came to school with the pretty red bro yesterday, but isn't wearing one today? Oh, I fucks with me some Matilda. That was my movie. I liked her because she liked to read like I like to read. But she read American classics and I like to read. I was like 12 and 13 reading fucking Eric Jerome Dickey books. I was I was not with the shits. I was like, I wanna see what the adults is reading. And I definitely saw. I did. It was interesting. Also, it's just gonna start all over. Okay, can y'all hear me in here? Ooh. Oh, okay. So it was for Dragon off to come in here. Okay. Okay, great. So basically, they did all of this so Dragonoff can have his moment with Brian Breaker. I feel like this could have been done at the middle of the show. This was a piss poor way to end the show, in my opinion. Mm, I'm not feeling that. Oh, Dragon went and got him a beard and shit. Okay, Dragon, I see you. He still got that space in his beard. That's because Cora don't know what she doing. Ain't got enough juice. She a little dry. She a little dry. Oh! Oh, this motherfucker need the shit out of him. Whoop his ass, Dragon off. Whoop his ass. No, he need him. Look.
I saw a foot.
I saw a knee. It was his knee, Jared. The foot went up there, but it was his knee. The boys are fighting. The boys are fighting. They going at it. Let him go. Let him fight, ref. Let him fight. Yeah. Get him. Get him. Get him. Look at Dante chin. Oh, shit. Ooh. Let's go. Yo. Oh, my gosh. They are scrapping y'all. Pull them apart. Woo! Y'all could have just came out there and started fighting. We didn't need a whole fucking speech from Braun Breaker. That was a waste of 5 minutes. Shit. A waste of 5 minutes. That was a waste of 5 minutes. It don't sound like he was announcing he was going anywhere, Kayla. To be honest, there go another connection error. Jesus. What is going on with my internet? Like, is something wrong? Like, you know what? This is so fucking stupid. Anyways, there was no reason to do all of that. Now that the ending of the show was worth the wait, but let me so if I was to give Shawn Michaels just a few tweaks, right? Since I couldn't give y'all a full review of NXT like I normally do, I'm just gonna do some little tweaking of shows, and then tomorrow I'll do some more stuff. So for NXT, I understand you want to have nice build-ups, big feuds, and really interesting pieces to these rivalries, but the rivalries got to have a worth it build-up. So like you're starting something new with Cora and Kalani. And instead of leaving, but he don't be saying, but he really don't. He don't. Like Cora is corny. I'm sorry. A lot of y'all be thinking she be reading people, but in reality, she's just corny. Um, she really don't be saying nothing, honestly. And a lot of them girls, and the big thing that I hate when it comes to the red to WWE period is that when they have girls that are or guys that are faces, they make them be the most muted version of themselves where they don't say anything wrong, they don't talk about people, they just call people cowards. And I'm like, that's not realistic. Like, you should be going after people just as hard as they go at you. Like, the best way I can explain it is Zelina Vega is a face, and Zelina Vega read every single person that was out there in the Money in the Bank. She read all of them hoes. And if they really turn her loose, she can still do that and still be a face. She don't have to be a watered down version of herself to be a face. She can still have the attitude, still have the flair and all the swag. She can still do all of that and still be a face character and do everything by the book. But when it comes to Brian and his heel character, I know he feels natural resting in that heel character, but he just looks like a big ass whiny baby. And often that ending before they got to the fight with Dragunov, that shit was ass. Like I'm sitting here like, bro, the only reason why people watched that match at the end of NXT 2 weeks ago was because Seth was there. It had nothing to do with you. Seth could have been wrestling anybody on that roster and everybody would have watched. That's the facts. Like nobody's trying to be disrespectful. We just keeping it all the way 100. Seth could have wrestled anybody on that roster, and every single person that watched NXT with him and Braun Breaker would have watched NXT with whoever he was going up against. Seth could have went up against Gacy. He could have went up against Noam Dar. Okay? He could have went up against anybody. Hell, he could have went up against Von Wagner and people still would have watched it. Like, this is some bullshit, but what is going to happen with this? Because it's Seth freaking Rollins, babe. It had nothing to do with you. Don't nobody give a fuck about you. That's messed up. But it's so true. Like, child, if they cared every single time you were on TV in the main event, the numbers would have went up, babe. The numbers didn't go up because you were there. They went up because the counterpart that to you was Seth freaking Rollins. The reality of the situation is though, you're not as much of a draw as you think you are, heel or face. Now, Ilya Dragunov is a draw. No matter what you say or do, it doesn't matter where he goes. He draws the love and ire of the crowd 1,000 times over. He's always going to do that. But if I had to tweak this show, one, I would have had Kiana have paint on her head. She either would have stepped in something or it would have poured on her head when she walked into her office. Two, I don't understand this the direction with Von Wagner. It's very confusing for me. It seems like they were trying to gain everybody's sympathy and trust when it comes to Wagner, so that when you watch him, you no longer want to boo him. You actually want to cheer for him, which would make sense if they continue down that path instead of having him bounce between being an angry, tortured soul to being a sweet and gentle giant. Like a lot of that is just it's too much. And like on one week we learning about his past and who he is as a person, and then the next week we're sitting up here watching this man destroy another person. It's just you got to give me one or the other. You either are a monster or a gentle giant. You can't be both at the same time. I'm sorry, it's just not possible. Three, like I said, I would not have had Brian Breaker close out the show. Brian Breaker's segment with Ilya Dragunov would have been at the top of the hour. Um, I would have had the Creed brothers close out the show, and at the bare minimum, get the send off that they so rightfully deserve, especially for holding NXT down as long as they did and being able to solidify themselves as one of the best tag teams in that company. Now, Trick Williams issued a challenge to Judgment Day. He was like, bring your ass, basically. He said, y'all came, you sent mommy here to say all that bullshit, but she ain't really say nothing. And he was like, if y'all gonna talk shit, then talk shit. You know what I'm saying? Bring your ass. Let's do this. But Finn Balor accepted, and he basically told him, this ain't what you want. He was like, don't issue me no challenges. Don't call me out, because if you calling me out, I'm not gonna do nothing but drag your ass all over the ring like I did the last time. Now let's keep it real and keep it funky. We're gonna keep it honest. The last time y'all got into a match, it was only a few ticks from Finn Balor losing that match. This was not a knockdown drag out where Finn Balor just whooped Carmelo's ass. That's not what happened. That match was even kill all the way through, and it wouldn't have. It could have gone in either way. It could have gone either way for either one of them. So I don't know why he being real ignorant, or why he's standing up there real big and bold like he the king of England or some shit. But the reality is you lost. You could have lost again. And if you go to where he is, that's his home turf. I guarantee you he's not gonna lose in NXT. Your ass is. You already done lost on motherfucking Money in the Bank. Thank your homeboy for that one. And y'all need to be worrying about making sure Judgment Day is still on the same page, because y'all are not. Y'all team is fractured. And you going to NXT answering Carmelo's challenge without Judgment Day is not good. So do whatever you want to do, Finny boy. But at the end of the day, everybody gets they just desserts. Everybody. But I like Kaylani. I think that Kaylani Jordan got something good going on. I really like her. I think given some development and time, I think that she'll be great. She's some steps ahead of Jakara and some of the other girls who've come up from Next in the Line program into NXT and level up. She just was really clean in that match, and I didn't expect that for somebody who hadn't wrestled on live television yet. She was wrestling on Level Up. So I didn't expect that from her. I was not the light skin. I will say that whenever Ilya wasn't on NXT UK during his reign, you felt that absence throughout the show. I could go without Braun Breaker and I wouldn't notice he was gone. That's my point. That is my point. Not someone commented under NXT's post of Braun and Ilya asking who the light skin is. Child, that's a mess. That is a mess, honey. But we went to go see Indiana Jones today. It was an interesting movie. I will say that. I know y'all probably not gonna go see it because Indiana Jones is not y'all cup of tea when it comes to movies. Like that's not a movie that you will go and see. That's for an older crowd that grew up with Indiana Jones. I grew up with Indiana Jones. Y'all version of Indiana Jones would be more along the lines of like Tomb Raider and of course The Mummy, which I loved The Mummy when it first came out. I was a big fan of it. I wasn't a fan of the third movie, but I was a big fan of the second one and the first one. So, oh, excuse me. To have the convo about the movie, I'm probably gonna give it away, but y'all ain't gonna watch it, so who cares? Y'all are not gonna watch this damn movie, and y'all know it. All right, so I'm gonna talk to y'all about this movie, and then I'm gonna go to bed. Okay, okay, we love that. All right, so this is the movie I went to go see today for the fourth with my family, and it was a really good movie. I enjoyed it. It was sad though. It was really sad. Um, I'm just gonna spoil it because some of y'all ain't gonna watch it, and if you do, like I said, it's best that you go watch this on Disney Plus rather than watching it, um, rather than watching it on like on at the movie theater. Just simply so that you won't be too disappointed in the movie. But you have to understand that Harrison Ford is old, old, and he just cannot do everything that he used to do. However, I do feel like that they should have passed the mantle to somebody else in this movie, and they didn't. It just ended with Indiana, coming home from his adventure. His goddaughter is this lady here on the left. Her name is Helena, and then this is one of his friends here on the right. Hold on a second. In the movie, Indiana Jones's son had died, and that was Antonio Banderas. Jerry, you were right. In the movie, Indiana Jones's son is dead. Shia LaBeouf was supposed to be his son, and they were alluding to him taking over the mantle. The tone of this movie was different because Steven Spielberg did not direct this film. The director of this film was Daniel Rifke, and oh, okay, he's 40 years old. He's an Asian American, it looks like. So he was the director of this film. He seems to have directed other films, but he doesn't have an extensive amount, like really big blockbuster films under his belt. He's been directing films since 2014. All of them seem to be Southeast Asian style films. So it's very interesting that they chose him to be the director of this movie. Hmm. Wow. So the screenplay was written by some people, but this movie, if I had to be honest, this movie was not better than this predecessor. I preferred Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I thought that movie was way better than this one. It just had a better plot, a better premise, and it just worked better in this film. In that film, however, this movie was centered more about around Harrison Ford and like how he just was so down in the dumps. And it was all because he lost his son, and because he couldn't get over the grief of his son, he ended up losing his wife Marion as well. She filed for divorce. So he was alone in his apartment, drinking himself into a stupor, trying to get his class to be engaged in archaeology. He wasn't teaching at a big college anymore. It seemed like he was teaching more of it like a smaller community college. It was during the 60s, during the Vietnam War. Um, so it was a pretty tumultuous time. But his goddaughter, Helena, shows up, and she is a con artist and a swindler. That's the big swerve in this film. You think that like Helena is like looking for something that she really wants to find because of her father. But in all actuality, she is a con artist. She's a pickpocketer. She's a thief. She's a swindler. She kind of has Indiana Jones's, suave nature, but she doesn't have his how can I put it? She always wants to make the buck. Like he wants to make sure things are preserved for history so that people can learn about it later. Whereas Helena doesn't care about any of that. All she cares about is the money. So anything she finds that is of relative value, she's gonna sell it. Whereas Indy is like, no, we're gonna put this in the museum. But you get money when you give it to the museum. The museum just doesn't pay you as much as say a black as a black market auctioneer would. Somebody on the black market might buy something that's priceless. They might pay millions or even billions for it. Whereas a museum would pay you for finding it and give you all the credit, but they're not going to pay you millions. They might give you $5,000, $10,000, and then they're going to make money hand over fist with that in the museum for people to see, and to preserve it. With all that being said, the dial of destiny is what they're looking for, and they do find it. She kind of swindles him out of one half. They end up going and finding a map that leads them to the second half. They get it, but of course, Indiana Jones's movies have always been bogged down by the Nazis. If you've ever seen them, for like the first one, the third one, And even the fourth one, you can kind of call them Nazis, but they were more from Stalin than Hitler, but they were a part of fascism as well. So yeah, he was. Stalin was a Soviet politician, political theorist, and he led the Soviet Union from 1924 to 1953. So the fourth installment of Indiana Jones was more specifically around Stalin's army and the whole situation with them, rather than it being with the Nazis. But fascism is fascism, if you ask me. The second one didn't have anything to do with that, actually. The second one was centered more around India and its culture and the way that the the control that they had with the magic that they used and wielded, and how it was some more explanation. If you want to watch the movies, you should. I think they're very good. But anyways, in this film, Indy is older, as his all of his friends, from Sala to Antonio Banderas' character. They're all older, but they all end up getting to the Dial of Destiny, and they all end up going back in time. They go back in time to the time where Archimedes has the Dial of Destiny and he hasn't put it together yet. Why are you awake? Go to bed. For fuck's sake. He basically had them come back to this time so that they could get help for the war that they're in. It's craziness. But ultimately, Indiana Jones wants to stay in the time with Archimedes. He doesn't want to go back to his time. He's upset about it because he feels lost, of course. His son is dead, his wife has left him. He doesn't have anything or anyone to go back to. Helena won't let him. And then they go back to their time, and he ends up getting back with Marion, and they're happy and they fall back in love again, and that's the end of the movie. It's not really a lot going on. There's a lot of fighting. It's an Indiana Jones esque movie, I'll say. But for this to be the fifth and final installment in the Indiana Jones series, it really doesn't hit the way that it should. And I'm disappointed at that because I really do enjoy Indiana Jones. Those are some of my favorite movies. I love them to death. I will sit and watch Indiana Jones all day long. So it really kind of broke my heart that it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. Oh, it just wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be great, and it just wasn't. So if I had to rate Indiana Jones, um, I don't know. I think I would rate it. I give it a 7 out of 10. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad either. And I felt like it could have been better if given the opportunity to be better. So yeah. Ugh. I wish I could give it better ratings than what I got, but it just didn't hit the way that I wanted it to, if that makes sense. So the other movie that I saw last month was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So this movie was really good, from the visuals of it to how it was drawn, the culture that we saw, especially with Miles Morales being isn't he Puerto Rican, babe? He's sweet. I think Miles is Puerto Rican or Dominican. He's one of them. I'm sorry, y'all. He's Puerto Rican. Yeah. Okay. So he's Puerto Rican and black, obviously, which he's kind of he's kind of double black and Puerto Rican because Puerto Ricans are Afro Latinas. If you know your history, if you know, you know. Anyways, so Miles Morales is Puerto Rican and black, and he is trying to juggle being Spider Man in his Earth, and of course, being a teenager, making decisions and moving into life. He's shot up in height, he's taller, bigger, and he's 17, and his parents are just trying to understand what's going on with him. He misses his friends, very much so. He misses his friends, and which he misses Gwen Stacy a lot, which is his one of his friends from one of the other universes. And the movie starts off with her, which is it's very interesting. You pretty much get to see how Gwen went from her time to Miles's time, and you kind of see how things are progressing with her. Octavius, can you be quiet? You see how things are progressing with her as time moves on, and she's just not doing well. She seems to be very lonely. Of course, she's hurt. She can't tell her father what's going on with her. It's the same thing that's mirroring with Miles. They just seem to be having a difficult time navigating their lives, but also dealing with the tragedies in their lives. Now, there are two things that are happening in this movie that I thought was odd and broke the code, right? So, in this movie, when you're watching it, you get the explanation from the Spider-Man that the Spider-Verse has every Spider-Man has to have a moment to get them to being Spider-Man. When that moment doesn't happen, then you become an anomaly. Something is broken and it causes more problems than not. And they have to find those anomalies, get rid of them, and then that'll reset the Spider Verse. If the anomalies exist according to the lore, then the Spider Verse will cease to exist. So, yeah. But here's the thing: every Spider Man has to suffer a loss, right? At least that's what we're led to believe. The loss that Miles Morales suffered, of course, was the loss of his uncle. I was like, it's okay, babe. So every Spider-Man loses their uncle. Like every one of them loses their Uncle Ben or something like that. These guys, this Spider-Man, this version of Spider-Man, like for the one that trained Miles, he lost his Uncle Ben, right? Gwen, she lost her Peter Parker in her Spider Verse, specifically because he was being bullied and he wanted to prove that he was cool like her. And he ended up taking it too far and he ended up dying. It was an accident. Like she didn't do anything, but she got blamed for it. Um, a lot of the other people, they all suffered a loss of some kind. And so they have to suffer that loss according to the lore. But they then set it so that Miles also loses his father, which he didn't. So just to keep y'all out of suspense, he doesn't lose his dad yet, at least for what we know, right? But the thing that I was confused about was that he had already lost his father. So I mean, he already lost his uncle, so he had already suffered his loss. You know what I mean? There was nothing else for him to lose, right? So here was the deal with this movie. Miles was not supposed to be the Spider-Man. The spider that bit him came from another dimension. It came from dimension 42. That was not his dimension. So that spider came in because of Kingpin messing with time and wanting to change the trajectory so that he can get his family back. Um so that's how that happened. We all thought like, okay, Miles was supposed to be Spider-Man. He got the looks. Okay, cool. Whatever. But that wasn't the case. That spider was supposed to bite Spider Miles in Earth 42. Because it didn't bite the boy in Earth 42, that caused Earth 42's Miles Morales' father to die. And he ended up becoming the Prowler, which took me out because at the end, when Miles got to Earth 42, I'm not going to spoil it too much, but I'm spoiling it enough. When he got there, Earth 42's Miles had braids and was heavy on the Spanish. He was I was like, okay, they really gave you a staunch difference. Now, what I really liked about this movie is that they did travel through the different universes and you got to see like everything that they were doing. I thought that was really cool. Gwen Stacy ended up kicking her ballerina shoes for some Chucks that she got from another Spider-Man that was from the British punk era. He's played by Daniel Kaluuya, which I thought was fucking gnarly. Um, Ultimately, this movie ends on a cliffhanger and is supposed to lead to the next Spider-Man movie, which I'm definitely going to see. Supposed to come out next year. Let me go. What? Into the Spider Verse, across the Spider Verse. So the next Spider-Man movie for Spider-Man, for Miles Morales Spider-Man, is going to be called Beyond the Spider-Verse, and that one is supposed to come out next year in 2024. I cannot wait. I want to go see it so flipping bad because it just was so much fun to watch. I loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. It was such a good movie. He said, "Oh, we talk movies." Yeah, because I can't talk about wrestling no more. This movie was good, but that ending had me upset. Right? Right? I really want y'all to go see this. So I didn't give away a lot. I did give away some, but I didn't give away a lot. You don't know who the villain is. You'll find that out when you watch the movie. And you honestly, there's two villains. So I'll be fair. There's like two villains in there. And the ending of it is such a fucking swerve. And you're gonna be like, oh, I can't believe you bitches. Like, it's such a good movie. Tomorrow we're gonna talk more about movies that I want to go see that me and Jared are probably gonna go see. I'm gonna do some research and look into some movies coming out this year. I'm definitely going to see Color Purple when it comes out. I can't wait for that. We going to the movies Christmas Day and coming home and gonna eat. We gonna have dinner prepared in the fridge, ready to roll, and then we just gonna come home and eat. We not even gonna be at home for Christmas this year. Hopefully it don't snow. Like when it literally had me standing up on my seat, child, it was a good movie. I really, really enjoyed it. So tomorrow we're gonna talk movies. We are gonna talk SummerSlam, what I think is gonna happen at SummerSlam and how we can build new feuds at SummerSlam. And we are going to talk about lifestyle stuff so we can catch up and see what's going on with everybody. So that's why the Freestyle Wednesday stuff is up because I want to be prepared. But tomorrow we're going to talk and we're going to kiki. And I hope y'all are going to stay tuned. And of course, as always, I'm going to end with the SBC chat because it's going to be funny. Hopefully, this week is just as petty as last week because, baby, this is a mess. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Y'all have a good night.